Hey Virgo, welcome to eclipse season and your September horoscopes. Happy solar return, Virgo, and happy birthday, happy ways and happy days, happy Earth strong, happy everything, happy year. So let's get started. So, Virgo, over the next 6 months, the structures that you've kept spotless will crack. And through those breaks, a wilder and truer you will pour itself out. I look forward to that. Virgo, K2 is currently in your sign, getting you to clear away a lot of karma. And K2 is a very spiritual point, calculated in our charts. And K2 has us going to the depths of our spiritual body in order to waken up who we truly are without the mask, without the mask and without the things that we try to do to make other people like us. So there's a lot of adjustment that's going to happen this month. You have a solar eclipse in your sign. You have a lot of action going in your sign. So let's just get started with September 1st. Saturn is going retrograde in Pisces within your seventh house. Saturn retrograding, well, it's going to retrograde in your seventh house because it's going to enter back into Pisces, but it's actually going to be retrograde at the 0 degree in Aries, making its way back into Pisces. So this is happening in your natal seventh house of partnerships, relationships, and contracts. So over the next several months, you are going to feel pressure to examine your structures when it comes to your close connections. Things may end, things may begin, and recognizing where these obligations, these expectations, even these power dynamics need rebalancing. This is what you're going to be focused on. And also long-term commitments and partnerships, they will be tested, and they're going to require for you to be honest. They're going to require for you to negotiate. They're going to require for you to renegotiate your sense of boundaries. Patterns that have been ignored and left unresolved, Virgo, can resurface. And this is pushing you towards confronting these uncomfortable truths about dependency, about fairness, about mutual responsibility. While these shifts can feel heavy, they are designed to strengthen your partnerships by weeding away any illusions, any masks, any false maturity, and force false immaturity, while it's bringing in you to be a more mature version of yourself when it comes to accepting and letting go. And this is encouraging you to align more with your shared goals and shared values. On September 2nd, your ruler Mercury is going to be in your sign, which is your first house, entering into Virgo. And this is intensifying this is intensifying your self-reflection, Virgo, your clarity, your personal expression. Your mind becomes very sharper. Your mind becomes more self-aware and more analytical regarding how you present yourself to others, to partnership relationships, even the mask that you wear. This is a transit that's going to support you redefining your style, your image, your personal routines, and it's going to prompt you to assert your ideas when it comes to aligning to your outward persona and what you actually feel on the inside. This is a powerful period for you because here you are, communicating your ideas, your plans, your personal goals. They take the forefront, and you want to take action towards stop you want to take some actions towards self-improvement, and you may put in steps when it comes to getting there, to get yourself there. This is a time for, when Mercury's in your sign, there's a reflective quality and noticing these thought patterns and behaviors that need adjustment before you fully step into your own authority. On September 6th, Uranus is going to retrograde in your natal 10th house of Gemini. Uranus in your 10th draws attention to your public relations, your duty in this world, right? This can, even when it comes to like these long term ambitions or public image. There's unexpected developments, Virgo, or reassessments when it comes to your personal life or your personal pursuits, and you feel urged to break free from outdated structures. And even, when it comes to questioning authority or questioning your role, you're realigning to your career path to match your evolving identity or your evolving self. You are evolving very quickly and rapidly, because Uranus in the 10th house, things happen fast. They either end fast or they develop, even quicker. And then when we're talking about Gemini, this can deal with friendships. It can deal with your personal contracts. This can shift when it comes to you re-evaluating how you work and if it fits into your larger vision of life. Over the next several months, there could be insights about what your true public role is, or what you can actually make possible. This often is going to arrive, these like sudden insights or shocks to the brain or the career. These are realizations, sudden realizations. Even disruptive events can happen that force you to take on a new approach. And you want to embrace this flexibility. You want to allow your authentic ambitions to guide your choices. So on September 7th, you're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces in your seventh house. Don't forget to watch the video that I posted, me and Divine Feminine Works. Melissa, we posted a video that goes a lot more in depth about what this eclipse is going to mean for each sign. And because it's happening on your first and seventh house axis, this is huge for you. And this, I'm going to briefly go over it. So this transit can bring endings, karmic endings, culminations. The seventh house is about even Pisces being your seventh house. This is definitely a karmic entanglement. There can be revolutions. You can meet someone new. You can end a marriage. Or you can reevaluate your marriage. It's just like these old Virgo, these old patterns that you have may reach a closure. Whether it's romantic, whether it's business, whether it's close personal relationships. Like the seventh house is the house of other people, and these situations that have felt imbalanced or dependent, or even like toxic connections, these are going to dissolve. This is creating new space for healthier connections, and you may uncover these hidden truths when it comes to experiencing other people, or heightened sense of your what you call it, like your intuition, regarding others' intentions and even your relational needs, which you actually want to have, when it comes to other people. Like, what are they going to add to your life, Virgo? And this eclipse is going to intensify that, and it's going to invite release into your life, letting go of what no longer serves mutual growth, and allowing relationships to evolve, Virgo, or transform in I'll transform you, or let it transform you, meaning, you're letting it go and bring yourself back into alignment with your values, with your sense of integrity. Definitely go ahead and watch that video, Virgo. We go more in depth, and it's going to make more sense in that video. But on September 13th, the sun is going to conjunct Mercury in your natal first house in Virgo. So you have a little Kasimi, happy birthday, right? And so the sun conjuncting in your first house of self-expression, personal values, and mental clarity, your thoughts are extremely active, and they even align with each other, like your thoughts and actions. And this is allowing these decisive steps for you to take these decisive steps forward when it comes to your personal development, or even public initiatives, because the sun has to do with our career, and the sun has to do with even though the sun is ruling over your 12th house, has to do with the unseen and things of that nature. There's this self-awareness that comes when there's a conjunction in your first house. There's communication that's had, even this thinking, it's very heightened your thought process, and it's giving you the tools to articulate your ideas and assess your needs more confidently. And this is a really ideal time for you to refine plans, for you to initiate personal projects, and even for you to clarify your vision when it comes to the next stages within your life. The focus is on authenticity, right? You have to bring that to the forefront. You have to allow who you are to align with who you are becoming, and you have to do this internally and intentionally, and it has to be how you are showing up externally as well. So your ruler Mercury is going to move into Libra in your second house on September 18th, and this brings the focus to your personal values, your financial decisions, and your sense of self-esteem. So you become more decisive about, or analyzing your budgeting, your saving, your income opportunities, even when it comes to like these material priorities that you may have. There can be negotiations, there can be discussing things about money, contracts, and possessions during this time. This honestly is a perfect time for you to do it, Virgo, because you can be considering these long term security ventures, or because this trend is going to encourage you to have this precise way of managing your assets and reflecting on how your values can align to your materialistic choices, your financial choices. And you want to be very thoughtful when it comes to making decisions. And this is going to lay the groundwork for like lasting stability for you, Virgo. Okay, so also, Virgo, you're going to have Venus in your first house. I mean, Virgo, you're definitely getting a much needed and much destiny guided glow up from all of these transits, especially happen during your season. I mean, there's gonna be new Virgo, like they say new year, new me. It's like new birthday, new me. New. I'm like you're being reborn, and Venus is gonna be in your first house in your sign, and the first talks about self-expression, your personal style. And so Venus is trying to bring this more softened approach when it comes to your relationships. You feel more magnetic, you feel more attractive. You can be feeling very graceful in some type of way. This is an excellent period when it comes to investing in personal care, when it comes to redefining your image, engaging in activities that increase your confidence and your sense of harmony of the self. This is an energy that also promotes smoother and supportive, like drawn and supportive people into your interactions, or smoother interactions with others. And this can enhance your ability to connect more gracefully and more authentically. So this is the big day, right? September 21st. There's going to be a solar eclipse new moon in Virgo in your first house, not at 1 degree. I'm sorry. It's going to be actually at 28 to 29 degree Virgo. This is huge, Virgo, because you have K2 in your sign, and this is a transformative cycle around you. This is the first house is all about you, your life direction, your personal goals, your self-identity, you how you evolve in this life, who you're meant to be, who you're like. This is the character of your life, right? This is the first house, is the character. And so this is a powerful time to set intentions when it comes to reshaping how you approach life. You're alive, Virgo, so you have to take life more, oh gosh, I wouldn't say more seriously, but like I would say definitely live out the dreams that you have basically contracted yourself here to live out. Being a Virgo, offering these sacred service that's more aligned to your inner purpose. That is your purpose, Virgo. Establish boundaries and, redefine your personal vision. There can be changes that are happening that are more profound, and sometimes they can be unsettling. But you are designed to experience life with an inner sense of security, knowing, and purpose, Virgo, because there can be these reinventions of the self, personal reinventions, new projects that you're wanting to get into or step towards. But there's a great anatomy that's happening with your body. And even when it comes to being authentic and being really you, this is happening, and this is carrying a long-term impact over your sense of self over the next couple of months. And that's just really, really big for you, Virgo. There's a lot of great intentions that you must set for yourself. And you must believe that you're going to get there without even knowing, just knowing that you were put on this, in this incarnation as a Virgo rising to experience your design of life. And so there's a lot of great things ahead for you, Virgo. And you have to believe that. So on September 22nd, Mars is going to enter into Scorpio in your third house. And so Mars in the third house of learning and local connections in the mind, you feel very driven to express your ideas, advocate for yourself, tackle projects. You have a keen mental focus. And honestly, Mars in the third house is going to require you to have a mental focus when it comes to interactions with your siblings, your neighbors, people that are around you. You could be more assertive or intense, and there's just a strong desire to initiate learning or, go somewhere, travel somewhere, drive somewhere, or be somewhere. Your energy is really channeled into studying, networking. It could be channeled into speaking, writing, and even completing tasks. Mars in the third actually wants to complete whatever task that it sets out to do with this this demanding precision. Like it really has this determination and thoughtful action that is combined with this strategic focus that can how do you say that can like produce these meaningful outcomes for you, Virgo. And also on the 22nd, the sun is going to move into Libra, right? Which is your second house, Virgo. And Libra in the second of like personal possessions and finances and even like self-worth. This brings attention towards how you manage your resources and how you earn income and how you define your value. There's opportunities that are going to increase when it comes to materialistic security, even when it comes to receiving recognition for your talents. The focus here is going to be on establishing stability and aligning to your actions on what you truly desire. So, Virgo, the decisions that you make now about your possessions, monies, abundance, material, priorities, this can be lasting, this can have these lasting effects in the upcoming months. So definitely reinforce your independence and your confidence and your ability to manage your resources and your ability for it to be effective. You have to believe that it's going to be effective. um you know Even with Mercury entering into your second house as well, this in Libra, that's going to be a time where you are prompting and laying down groundwork for things to happen for yourself. So make sure you align your financial and materialistic um, pursuits with each other. They are designed to strengthen you in some type of way or strengthen your sense of self-worth, because this is something that you are laying down the lines to put into action. Okay, be very authentic over the next couple of months, and you're gonna have a lot of meaningful outcomes, Virgo. So yay. Happy for you, Virgo. That's all that I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, Virgo.